Daring Abroad is brought to you by our friends at Remitly. Download the Remitly app to send money back home.
It is known as the City of Gold, and Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta was here this week. Why? To grace Kenya's National Day at the ongoing Dubai Expo 2020. Yes, this is where today's episode of Daring Abroad comes to you from. But first, here is a look at what we've lined up for you. Kenya's climax at the ongoing Dubai Expo as President Uhuru Kenyatta graces Kenya's moment known as Kenya Week.
People don't need to be lectured on upon our rules and regulations. We need to adapt to what the investor wants.
Also on the show,
I can call myself a philanthropist.
US-based Reverend David Kiama and his helping hand back home. Kenyan dancers from the Bomas of Kenya. Kenyan style. Kenyan culture. Kenya's energy on display as part of marketing the Kenyan brand at the Dubai Expo 2020. This was part of the activities marking the packed Kenya Week that began with flower activation on Valentine's Day.
Every country is trying to showcase who they are and what they are looking at into the future. And therefore, as a country, we also have an image that we want to build through this. It's important that we look at our sectors, and the floriculture sector is one of our important sectors in Kenya. When you look at our economy, we know that the floriculture is the second export commodity from Kenya. And therefore, for us to tell the world that we are here, we are ready to export, we are ready to do business with you in terms of giving you quality flowers and ornamentals. This is why we are here. I don't think the Kenyan story can be told complete without mentioning cut flowers and ornamentals.
We are actually from Kenya with Love campaign, whereby we are able to distribute 250,000 flowers, which brought a smile into people's faces. But most importantly, Kenya cemented her position as a leading global supplier of flowers which are not just high quality, but they are grown under natural conditions. I would say that's an achievement so far, and we believe that we're able to maintain this particular tempo so that we can be able to harvest all the benefits from these interactions in Dubai.
Expo 2020 Dubai is a big meeting place with 192 countries participating.
Welcome to Dubai Expo 2020.
The expo began on 1st October 2021 and will go on until end of March 2022. World expositions are grand events of economic, scientific, technological, and cultural exchanges. The expo takes place every 5 years for a period of up to 6 months. Dubai was to host this particular expo in the year 2020, but it was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. President Uhuru Kenyatta led Kenya's delegation in marking Kenya's National Day at the Expo on Wednesday, 16th February. The president assured global investors that Kenya was open and safe for business, emphasizing that his administration had put in place a legal framework for investment that provides adequate investor protection in line with most international standards, including safeguards for property rights.
We believe and indeed are confident that as a country we are in a strong position to expand trade, and Kenya, without doubt, is the largest economy in Eastern Africa. It is the business hub for the region and has sufficient capacities in trade facilitation and logistics to serve over 11 hinterland countries in Eastern and Central Africa.
President Kenyatta also told investors that Kenya was keen to build new trade relationships with Gulf Cooperation Council and other countries participating in the Expo.
We seek to harness the opportunities offered by this Expo to build new business relations, attract new investment, but also to bring tourists to enjoy Kenya and its renowned attractions.
United Arab Emirates Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, who is also the Commissioner General of the Expo 2020 Dubai, said Kenya and UAE enjoy a strong relationship based on shared values and vision.
We are pleased to be among Kenya's top trading partners globally. And through this Expo 2020 Dubai, we are keen and determined on surpassing pre-COVID achievements, exploring new frameworks for cooperation, and exchanging expertise in a multitude of areas of priority to our two countries, including food production, infrastructure, digitization, and renewable energy, among many others.
Dubai Expo is a huge marketplace. President Kenyatta, in the company of his host, took a walk to get a glimpse of the pavilions. The Expo sits on 4.38 square kilometers of land. This was once a desert, turned into what you can see. President Kenyatta walked to the Kenya Pavilion as Kenyans who had visited the stand cheered him on.
We focused this expo on goods and products that we think we can collaborate and partner with the GCC countries. So of course we've showcased a lot of our agro goods, and we've had business conversations. We've used the opportunity to resolve market challenges, things like livestock products, which is these guys import all their meat, and we've used the opportunity to unlock some challenges we've had with sale of meat into this country. Most of these were quality related, but we've used the opportunity to unlock.
On the previous day, President Kenyatta graced Kenya's high-level business forum. During the forum, the president directed Kenyan government officials to be at the forefront in facilitating trade to give the country a comparative advantage as an investment destination of choice. The president, who invited Gulf investors to set up shop in Kenya, said the country needed to adapt to what investors wanted and remove the bureaucratic red tape that undermined trade.
People don't need to be lectured on upon our rules and regulations. We need to adapt to what the investor wants. We need to be the welcoming party. We need to facilitate these people to do what they need to do. And it is very unfortunate that sometimes we come as government thinking that these people have options to invest in many other parts of the world. What makes you different? That is what is key. So we are here to listen. We are here to facilitate. We are here to do what these investors require from us in order for them to come into our country, to bring their investments into our country, to help us create jobs, to help us develop our economy, not the other way around. They are doing us a favor, not us doing them a favor. And I don't know what's going to get people in government to start to wake up to those realities.
At the Kenya Pavilion, visitors expressed their satisfaction with Kenya's display of its opportunities.
My son loves everything African and all these countries, so we came today especially for Kenya Day to see it, as we hadn't been through your pavilion, and we just love the colours and the information, and your country looks stunning. Absolutely beautiful.
Have you ever been to Kenya?
I've never been to Kenya as yet, but now I do want to come and see.
Now, after seeing what you've seen, you're gonna visit Kenya?
I will definitely bring my children to come and see Kenya and see your wildlife and your ingenuity and your farming. So yeah, it's on my bucket list now to come and see Kenya.
Great. It's been a hive of activity at the ongoing Dubai Expo 2020, and Kenya has just had her moment of glory. This is why.
I have loved visiting our Kenyan pavilion.
The opportunities we have here are enormous.
Interesting sound bites there, interesting images from the Dubai Expo 2020. We now take a short break. When we return, we will sample views from those who visited Kenya's pavilion.
Welcome to Dubai Expo 2020.
Welcome back. This show comes to you right from the City of Gold as Kenya steals the show at the ongoing Dubai Expo 2020. The Kenya Pavilion is a display of the country's opportunities in trade, investment and tourism.
I have loved visiting our Kenyan pavilion, especially because of the way they've arranged the pavilion itself and showcasing what Kenya is showing to the world, and especially concentrating on our heritage, which made me so proud, seeing all the tribes and all our ethnic groups being mentioned on the, I can say, Kenyan Wall of Fame, because it's beautiful. Looking one side, it's a tribe, and the other side is a picture.
I'm a Kenyan based in UAE. I work as a bus driver here in Dubai. Actually, I'm the luckiest first lady driver to be recruited here in UAE. I'm so happy about it. I just came to Kenyan Pavilion. I came across the presidents. I'm happy about it. Still, I'm happy for the Pavilion of Kenya, for the exhibitions, everything they have done inside here. Perfect.
Each country participating has been allocated a national day to promote itself. Kenya's pavilion experienced heightened activity during Kenya's National Day on Wednesday, 16th February.
I came here for the Gulf food exhibition and also for Expo 2020, which has been a great opportunity for us as exporters and us as in particular as our company to try and showcase what we do and also to look for market of our products, mainly avocado, mangoes, passion, pineapples, and any other product that we can sell in this market.
The opportunities we have here are enormous. We have an opportunity to bring a variety of agricultural products into this country. we have opportunity to increase our exports. And this is going to contribute on the Kenyan export strategy of increasing export by 25%. We can actually achieve half of it if we concentrate on the GCC countries. And remember, in terms of their own local production, there's very little happening. And therefore, because they rely on exports, all we need to do is organize ourselves, ensure that we sell good quality produce, we ensure that we bring in consistently, and ensure that we bring in varieties.
The tea sector is also highly marketed here, with tea being among Kenya's top foreign exchange earners, impacting on many livelihoods. Kenya Tea Development Agency (KTDA) is also represented here. I interacted with the agency's board members led by Chairman David Ichoho and Group Chief Executive Officer Wilson Mudhaura, as well as representatives of tea manufacturer Ketepa.
During our visit, we have been able to interact with various consumers and various suppliers and those marketers of our tea, and also create those people and business people who are here to be able to interact with them. Kenya, we are the largest exporter of tea across the globe, and we are the third largest producer after China and India. China and India are able to consume most of their teas, so they rank behind us in terms of exports. Our major market actually in Pakistan, we have Iran, European countries, Russia, and even UK.
We came here for this exhibition to expand our market, to promote our tea in this region, Middle East particularly. And of course, given that it's the gateway to most of the countries in TIC, to us this is very important destination of our tea, in that there are so many global players in this country. That's why we have been participating in this exhibition for the last couple of years. They don't have the first time for us to participate.
All right, we hope you've enjoyed that package from the Dubai Expo 2020. And remember, the Expo goes on up to 31st March this year. We now cross over to Seattle City in Washington State, USA, where I met Reverend David Kiama, who is not only spreading the word of God, but also giving a helping hand to the needy back home. Take a look. For most people, daring abroad is the perfect opportunity to change their lives for the better. The chance to live and work in a first world country is not only a dream come true, but also a ticket to financial freedom. But for Seattle-based Reverend David Kiama, this is not the case.
Guess what? Within like 2 months, Pastor Diahuyo akatokea Mombasa.
Reverend Kiama is the founder of Power of Praise Ministries, and for the past 3 years, he has been a man on a mission.
It's a lot of opportunities. We come here, we are able to support other organizations back home like I am doing right now. That is the reason why we are here and not in Nairobi. On the vision that I have on reaching the unreached people groups. In Kenya, we have areas that have not been favored in a way. There are people who are still in poverty. There are people who don't have good shelters in Kenya. And, you know, when I look at that, I value my being here because I usually tell people we used to look for the people of color to become donors back home. God has given us an opportunity now to be in their land. And I usually call myself now the donor number one because God is excelling us financially. I usually speak to my people, especially Kenyans who are in this land of America, who can see themselves like I see myself as a donor without depending on any people of color. Because God has brought you here for that purpose, that you may use what you have to touch a life back home.
Yes, through his organization, Miracle Day Foundation, Reverend Kiama has been selflessly engaged in charitable work back in Kenya. One such project is Havila Children's Home in Mwiki, Kasarani. Started in 2006, Havila is home to about 30 children. Pastor Samuel Wainaina is the chairman of the board.
We usually get children from children's office, the children who are desperate, children who are destitute, and mostly the orphans. It is also a rescue center where if the children's office and the police and the administration find that there is a child who is in need, maybe because it's lost, they bring them here.
On Daring Abroad Show, we look at how Kenyans abroad reconnect with their motherland.
Those ones who are outside country, they go through our CEO, and then whatever kind of support they give, it is sent directly. We have an account at Sidian Bank, and whenever he sends to our accountant, and then she deposits. If there is anything we need to deposit, if it is any help coming to Havila, I am the one who come to Havila, and we account for every single coin that is given. So we have our records straight, and we are not out there to gain, but we are there out to give what God has given us.
We also do feeding programs. We have people who are feeding vulnerable kids at Korogosho, places like Korogosho, and other slums in Nairobi. And you can also join us because this is a daily program, because food is something that is needed daily.
Reverend Kiama represents Kenyans who are using their opportunities abroad to help their motherland. His is more than passion, it's a calling, and he believes that there are more Kenyans like him out there. With that report, we come to the end of the show, and today's show was hosted at the ongoing Dubai Expo 2020 as Kenya marked its National Day with President Uhuru Kenyatta gracing the occasion. Always a pleasure having your company, and until we meet again next time, bye-bye from Dubai.
Daring Abroad is brought to you by our friends at Remitly. Download the Remitly app to send money back home.